may be having some discussions with Maduro, and we'll see how that turns out. They would like to talk.
That was President Trump today talking about sanctions against Venezuela and the possibility of an upcoming conversation with President Maduro. This comes as the U.S. is ramping up its military presence near Venezuela. USS Gerald Ford arriving in the Caribbean Sea today as U.S. troops participate in training exercises alongside the defense forces of Trinidad and Tobago for Operation Southern Spear. Meanwhile, also today, U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth reporting a 21st strike on these alleged drug boats in the Caribbean on Saturday. 3 people killed in this strike. And take a look. This is a timeline of the alleged drug boat strikes from the administration. Starting from back in early September this year, we know a total of 83 people have now been killed in these attacks. NewsNation's Jorge Ventura joining us live tonight with all the details. Jorge, what are we learning tonight?
Well, Natasha, the Trump administration's attempts to mount that pressure on Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro continues to build up. As you just mentioned, the largest aircraft carrier in the world entering the Caribbean Sea today. Also today, the U.S. military conducting joint training exercises with Trinidad and Tobago Defense Forces. Remember, Trinidad and Tobago are just miles off the coast of Venezuela. And Secretary of State Marco Rubio also declaring now Cartel de los Soles, which accuses Maduro being the head of, as a foreign terrorist organization. And Maduro is now feeling like his days are numbered and calling on the U.S. for peace.
This is a counter-drug operation. The president's ordered it in defense of our country.
The U.S. military is flexing its muscle in the Caribbean like never before, deploying and positioning warships, Marines, submarines, and strike aircraft just miles off Venezuela's shores. Under Operation Southern Spear, at least 12,000 sailors and Marines have been deployed in the region, joining several U.S. Navy guided missile destroyers like the USS Jason Durham. In the air, F-35B stealth fighter jets have been deployed to Puerto Rico, and B-2 bombers are operating in the Caribbean as well.
The Maduro regime is a narco-terrorist regime indicted in the Southern District of the United States for narco-terrorism.
Starting today, the U.S. military and the Marines' 2nd Expeditionary Unit began conducting training exercises with the defense forces of Trinidad and Tobago, which lies just miles off the shores of Venezuela. And this joint training coming at an interesting time, with President Trump briefed on potential land strikes on Venezuela.
I can't tell you what it is, but we made a lot of progress with Venezuela in terms of stopping drugs from pouring in.
And Maduro is clearly feeling the pressure from the U.S. military firepower off the coast. Congressman Carlos Jimenez posted on X that he's tracking that the Maduro regime may be preparing to sabotage key Venezuelan infrastructure, including bridges, tunnels, and oil refineries, saying that Maduro would then blame the United States. This is known as a false flag operation. Back in Venezuela, Maduro is urging for peace, and yesterday even breaking into the song Imagine by John Lennon.
Us people.
What's also interesting and just something to watch for, Natasha, is Maduro's tone. Just a month ago, Maduro was doing this mass mobilization of civilian militias in Venezuela, getting his civilians possibly ready for U.S. military intervention. And now Maduro has flipped his tone and is now just talking about peace, trying to get that message communicated through the Venezuelan media to the Trump administration. But right now, the Trump administration is showing no signs of slowing down that military operation off the coast of Venezuela, Natasha.
Yeah, interesting to see the flip in that rhetoric. Jorge Ventura with that live report tonight. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.